And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about special effects with your paints, at least the one that I use. I don't use a whole lot of gimmicks and special effects in my work, but this is the one that just totally surprises me every time I do it. I think you're gonna have a good time with it. What it is isopropyl alcohol. Splashing it on top of a wet paint, very wet paint, and then I like to see what happens after that. Like, what can I do with this? Well, this is what I did after that one. All right, and so I find flowers in there. I don't paint these flowers. They kind of create themselves on top of multiple colors of backgrounds. I'm gonna do that demo for you. Here are some beginning ones right over here. And why I like to start off loose like this is you never know what's gonna happen. Here's another one that's more finished, where I just bring the pattern right down even into the vase. What the heck? Sure, why not? Over here are some of my figure pieces, where I'll use it as a special effect in the background, not giving a whole lot of detail. I love doing this, especially when I can start to scrape and scratch and start off really, really loose. This is part of a new series I'm working on about bowls. And so I thought I'd start off with these bubbly types of patterns. And all the way up to the larger pieces. So I even start off my figure pieces just to stay loose with a lot of that splashing of the isopropyl alcohol. Let me do some for you. This is my secret sauce, isopropyl alcohol. I know you get it at the drugstore, and it doesn't matter if it's 70% or 90%. I like it so much, I buy gallons of it. You know, this is the effect we're going after. This is the effect. And then from there, all hell breaks loose and anything can go. But I love to start off loose like this. You know, down here you can see different beginnings of an orange background. Look at that great effect. This is a yellow background, more subtle. There's a lot of white background, a little bit of yellow in the white. And look at that effect. Incredible. What a great loose beginning. So now let me actually do one for you. So the materials that I use to do this special effect are pretty simple. Big brush, big brush. And on the table, I have my paint. This happens to be Holbein acrylic paint. There you go. And a spray bottle filled to the top with this isopropyl alcohol. And one of the nice things about this is you can adjust the spray. You can adjust it to a squirt or a big fan misting. So they create two different effects. So get one of these industrial strength pump sprays, much better than those tiny little bottles with those little spritzers go pss, 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 pss. Don't do that, because the alcohol that comes out of those little spritzers will basically turn into a fine mist and get into your lungs. So we don't want to do that. So that's why I like the industrial strength bottles, heavier drops. If you don't have one of these bottles, the other thing I like to do, just put it right in my hands. Just put it right in my hand and splash it on the paper. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Here we go. Here's a piece of watercolor paper, 300-pound Kilimanjaro. It has already been gessoed, and that's the secret. Make sure you gesso the paper first, and then put some colors down. The reason for the gesso is it seals that beautiful paper, makes it a hard finish, which means all this paint now sits on top. Now it's going to work in one area really well, and the other area maybe not so well, but I'm going to urge you to do this experiment. So on this side over here, I'm going to put the paint really thick, really thick. As I go along the page, I'm adding water, just water, making the paint thinner and thinner and really thin. All right, so that's a neat thing for you to be doing as a test to find out how you like doing this. So it's really thick, really thin down, and now I'm going to stand back. I'm standing back, way back, like about 2 feet, and squirting it right across. Here we go. You probably don't see the actual spraying, but you see the effects. Look at that. So when it's really thick, the paint can't move. When it's pretty wet, it moves nicely. When it's really wet, the wetness probably overpowers those sprays. So I'm going to do some more. It just keeps on growing. Look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So if there's a part that doesn't work, you can actually wipe some of this paint away. Gently, gently. And now I'm going to hit it again. It still works. Not as well because I've rubbed this paint into the surface. If you rub the paint into the surface, the effect isn't that good. So it's experimental. It's a special effect. I like to do them. It's just too goofy. So if you don't feel creative, try this first. Watch how your creativity kicks in after that. It's great to have you here in my BobBlast. I can't wait to see you on the next BobBlast. Hi there, I'm Bob Burridge, a painter. And guess what? I'm going to be painting and teaching at the Dillmans, a 4-day loosen up. Don't we all want to loosen up? And I'm going to show you how I develop my own ideas, how I get my colors down, and how I take these ideas and turn them into great paintings that I love to do. And you're going to love doing your paintings too, because you're going to be painting the whole time. We cover every different subject. And whatever your ideas are, I'm going to be supporting you. So loosen up, 4 days. What an idea, huh? And I can't wait at the Dillmans. I'll see you there at the Loosen Up workshop.